But first up, man, we got to start with your boy Giannis, man. Went for another 40 piece, huh? Went for another 40 piece.
Best leader in the league.
GOAT. His best player in the NBA?
I mean, we talk about the improved free throws. He stepped up with that even too.
Hey, man.
The main thing with him on the game 2 wasn't necessarily him. We thought he could do some certain things that would help the team and would stop killing the momentum that he was bringing by missing those free throws and missing those long shots. But that was about it. I mean, whenever you're dropping 40 points like that and having that amazing game, you can't have Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday screw it up like that, which is, I thought, was more the play, which is why the Bucks lost. But whenever you compare
Especially
Giannis,
game 2.
Whenever you compare Giannis to LeBron, KD, whatever it is, like they're not airballing threes and missing free throws like that. But I mean, whenever you just can consistently drop 40 points, does it really matter? And he improved the free throw shooting. But then Drew Holiday stepped up too.
Yeah, well, Frank K literally just said Drew Holiday was the X factor.
He was. Yeah. And Devin Booker was the X factor on the other side.
Yeah, you're right, man. You got Devin Booker. He scores, 10 points, 1 of 7 from 3. That was the killer right there, 3 of 14 from the field. But then when you look at Drew Holiday, he gives you that 21, 5 of 10 from the 3-point line.
Connaughton with some timely threes too.
Absolutely, man.
Bobby Portis.
Yeah, hey, shout out to Bobby, man.
He was nice. Yeah, he was nice in Giannis's absence.
Yeah, he gives you like the extra hustle points. Like he's kind of like a poor man's DeAndre Ayton when I watch him. Like,
and he could shoot the rock.
Yeah, but he gets the job done, man. And I will say this too. Shout out to DeAndre Ayton. He responded as well, man. Even though, like I said, it wasn't as dominant as the previous games.
Got him in foul trouble.
Yeah, but the thing was though, when you still see him, like, I just liked his demeanor.
Yeah, he got it going right off the bat.
Absolutely. Because game 2, we said, like, he started out, he just didn't look motivated to be out there. Like, he was kind of just going through the motions. But he definitely responded. And I thought that was good by him, man.
I couldn't have had probably a colder take on what I was expecting in this game. Because I said Suns, even though, Bucks are at home, they have a chance to swing the tide of the series, especially after Giannis's game, too. Right. I was like, nah, I still trust Chris Paul and Devin Booker to get it done. I don't trust Middleton or Drew Holiday. Now, Middleton didn't have an amazing game, but Drew Holiday stepped up, and Devin Booker was pretty bad. And Chris Paul, he didn't play that bad, but it wasn't like a Chris Paul signature playoff game that you needed. So, what exactly happened was the opposite of what I said would happen.
And see, for me, I kept saying that they're not going to sweep it. If there was going to be a game to win, it had to be game 3. Yeah. They did do that. I mean, and it kind of played out what we said. They said they were going to feed off the crowd. Typically, when you're at home,
they were crazy.
Your role players, when you're at home, typically play a lot better, as we saw as well. And we also said those first 2 games for the Suns, Chris Paul and Devin Booker were playing out of their minds. They could not miss pull-ups, threes. I mean, the loose balls, they would get every break to go their way. And it was just like, yo, you're not going to have that happen like that for 7 games. Or in this case, 4 games consecutively. And that part did hold true because as we saw, I mean, both of those guys kind of took a step back from, out of this world to come back to being a little bit more human-like. So now it's going to be exciting for this 4th game. And
it's a series.
Like now it's a series. It's definitely a series now, man. Whew.
I'm excited to see if the Bucks can pull off the next game and take it to 7. Because
if they bet you there's game, it goes to 7.
Well, this is the funniest thing about sports in these NBA series, dude. Remember the Mavs Clippers, like game 1 or the first 2 games?
Yeah.
Oh man, Mavs are going to sweep
them. Yeah.
But then, things just happen, and it's a game by game thing. You go off the last thing that happened, and now, I'm sure a lot of people are thinking Bucks are going to win this, just even based off this game.
All right, it happens like that, man.
It's sports. It's sports. You got to embrace it.
See, so who you got though?
I'm gonna stick with the Suns. I'm gonna stick with the Suns to win this. To win the series.
Not the series. Game 4. I like the game by game versus like who we think is gonna win the series. Yeah.
All right, so.
And that's for y'all in the chat too, man. Who y'all got winning game 4, man? Don't anybody can just say, "Oh yeah, I got it." It's gonna be this. No. We need to know from the chat, including you, John Doe. I know you, out of this world right now. He says astronauts love pizza because he's, on a different planet right now. And that's fine. We're gonna visit soon. I'm not tripping. But either way, man, put your prediction in there. Who y'all got winning game 4? Huh? We going Bucks or we going Suns? And Frank K, if you throwing down that pick. Frank K, I never fails. Frank K says Bucks are -4 again for game 4. I kind of like Bucks -4. I think I do.
-4.
Yeah, I think I like them.
I'm going to stick with Suns, I think.
Sticking with Suns. I'm seeing, a ton of Suns in 5. Holy cow. That started diving in here. Jeremy says Bucks are taking game 4. Stephen Rose say Suns got games 4. A lot of Suns. Juicebox got the Suns. Oh.
I think Suns. I hope the Bucks win. I do want this to go 7 games at least. And man, I don't know. I would like to see Giannis win because of the Nolak connection.
Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah.
I would like to see that, but then at the same time, I'd feel bad. I'd feel bad for Chris Paul too. But
because
I do think this is Giannis's. I don't know. Once LeBron retires, and is he gonna have better opportunity? This is a really good opportunity for Giannis though too.
Yeah, I feel like
this is Chris Paul's last chance.
This is definitely Chris's last chance. You never know if Giannis will ever make it back. You think about Russell Westbrook, right? He's a guy who went early on in his career, and then since then, I mean, he got close. Obviously, when he was with OKC, him and KD. But outside of that, I mean, you might be saying to yourself, is he ever going to go back by himself without having to join another team or him just being completely washed and, just team hopping like that? I mean, for Giannis, I don't think it will be the case, but you still can't take it for granted. But I just feel like he has a little bit more time, man. I need my man CP3 to get one, man.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know who I'm rooting for. I'm leaning Giannis,
though, man.
But I'm picking. I keep picking the Suns because I just have a feeling the Suns are going to win.
Well, I only picked the Suns because Manuel and Frank K, they keep talking all this Suns jazz over here, so I feel like I'm obligated.
What are they saying?
I have an emotional attachment.
What are they saying about a Suns coming back and bouncing back in game 4? Are they saying anything about why they're not concerned?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, why isn't anyone concerned? Everybody's saying Suns in 5. Yeah. Why are y'all not concerned about the Bucks after that performance they just put on? Giannis, they won for 42 games in a row. You don't think he'll drop another 40 burger on them Phoenix Suns again? Again?
He's staying humble about it too.
Come on, man. He said that knee? Fine. You saw you saw his shoes he had on when he put up to the game, right?
I did not.
This is for the culture. He had on black Air Force Ones. Okay. Why is that significant? Anybody that understands the culture knows that black Air Force Ones are only worn by people that are going to beat somebody up, rob somebody, or do something with a lot of violence. It's never good intentions when you see the black Air Force Ones. It's typically what you wear when you're going to rob somebody. Ski mask, black Air Force. It blends in. You're built for trouble, and they're it's kind of like an ATV because you could take them off road or on road. It don't matter. They're good for all occasions. All right.
Should have worn them. Should have worn them in the game.
So when he walked in with the black Air Force Ones, you know who we say epitomizes black Air Force One energy? Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley is the human personification of black Air Force Ones. All right. You know his energy, right? It's not good. You know, what time he on all the time. It's like, it's janky. He always going extra. It's always just like, yo, get away from me. Leave me alone. Giannis pulled up in those. If Giannis pull up in the black Air Forces again for game 4, okay, Phoenix, y'all can holler all that Suns in 5 you want to. If Giannis pull up, let Giannis pull up with them black Air Force Ones on again, baby. He might go for 50. All right. He done did 40 twice to y'all, and he got it how he lived. You see, he was like, all right, we lost the first one because my man Drew and my man Chris ain't want to ball out. So I had to go for the 40 piece with the Air Force Ones. Let him come out here in game 4 with them on again. Okay. That's all I'm saying, baby. Y'all better stop playing with that, man.
CB_HU23.
Y'all better stop playing with that, man.
Andy Reid wears the black Air Force Ones on the sidelines.
Exactly. Coach Thomas, he wears Air Force Ones. Now he has the bottom part black and he'll go white on the top because he can't. If he go out there with that full energy, it's gonna shut the whole party down. Y'all thought that Thanksgiving game when he was on the field and jumped off with something, let it have been black Air Force Ones, he would have got a 15-yard spearing penalty on that play. Like, that's the black Air Force One energy, man. I'm throwing it out there, bro. I'm serious, man.
So I'm seeing from Frank K, as long as Scott Foster is not officiating, it's seriously that simple. Anyone notice how quick he got 8 and out of the game?
Seriously,
when he had 18 points in 14 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he's saying as why he's not concerned, as long as Scott Foster's not officiating.
Call Me K says Kobe was definitely a black Air Force One kind of guy. 100%. Yes, he was. Extra janky, some swag gaming. Extra janky. Yes.
Steelers Nation 412. Bucks gonna bang them up, but it should be a shootout. Both high-powered offenses.
Ooh, now it's funny he said that. Jeremy says no shootout. Bucks defense too good. Now that was the interesting part, right? Because Milwaukee, obviously they have the size, and I do think they play good defense. But the reason why we didn't talk about their defense as much, or we kept talking about the lack of adjustments, was because of how well Phoenix was shooting outside. When you hit 23 pointers in a game,
50%.
It doesn't matter what defense you're playing. It compromises you. When you look at game 3, that shooting percentage drastically decreased, and ultimately that made that Bucks defense look way better all of a sudden. But once again, it goes back to Devin Booker and Chris Paul. Are they going to be able to get back to those first 2 game forms, or was, game 3 the new? Is that going to be the new going forward?
That's what I'm wondering. If the Bucks win game 2, I might completely start flipping my picks and start picking the Bucks, because all of a sudden that pressure is going to feel a little bit more weighted now on Chris Paul.
It is. If this series is tied,
I said this last series, though. I said this last series,
bro. It's different. This is for the championship.
This is the finals.
If it's 2-2 going back to Phoenix, them Phoenix players aren't going to play the same way. It's a totally different game. I do think like CP3's maturity helps out a ton, but as a whole, that team is still very young. Whereas you think about the
Bucks, he's the one the pressure's on.
Right. Whereas with the Bucks, it's a different, like their group seems more mature. They're more, I guess, mentally prepared for this moment. A lot of their guys not necessarily played in these bigger games.
Yeah,
but they've
Holiday,
been around
Middleton,
longer.
they're veterans.
PJ Tucker, like he's been on big stages before. Brooke Lopez, he's been on big stages before. So it's not going to be too much for them if this series is 2-2. And I think
these are good points.
And I think it benefits Giannis also, because Giannis, you think about dating back to the series versus Brooklyn. The pressure was, I feel like the pressure was more on him then because it was him versus KD. Whereas now in the finals, all the pressure shifts to Chris Paul. All the pressure shifted to Devin Booker. Now, I don't know. I think Chris Paul's going to respond. Devin, though, I want to see how is he going to respond if it's 2-2 and he
this
comes
is a
off.
bad game. That was a really bad game.
Right. Is he going to have another one like that? Because a younger player, first real run like this, it'll get in your head. Whereas Giannis has had his run of the low of the lows from the playoffs when they were counting him down. He was airballing free throws and they were having 10-second violations. It gets no lower than that for Giannis. He's risen from that now. So now he's back on the upswing. His confidence is improving. So for me, I just think that the longer this series goes, the more it benefits Giannis and the Bucks, man.
100%. That's why I might flip the picks if the Bucks win game 2.
Yeah, man. So it's going to be fun, though, man. So you got Bucks winning game 4, or you going Phoenix? So we already said a ton of Phoenix people.
If I had to bet money, like unemotionally, I'm gonna say Phoenix. Yeah. I would like to see the Bucks win it, though. Okay. I would like to see the Bucks win. I probably would like to see the Bucks win the series.
Okay.
But unemotionally, I'm gonna stick with the Suns. If they have another game like that, obviously they're gonna lose. But I'm not expecting Chris Paul and Booker, well, specifically Booker, to have a game like that. And like he said too, if Ayton can play the full game, and because if we're talking about confidence scales and stuff. That game for him had to be a little bit of a confidence booster for him to be pulling that off, even though he was in foul trouble. So, I think he'll show up too.
I like it. All right.
And then all you just need, because it's just one or two of those like 4 or 5 role players for the Suns. Because Bridges didn't have that good of a game.
Cam Johnson stepped up.
Cam Johnson and Jay Crowder.
Shout out to the Pittsburgh connection, right? The Andy yammed on PJ, even though that was low-key a charge, bro.
Oh,
it low-key was a charge.
I think you count it. You still make that a poster.
You count it because of the scene, the stage, and how it was set. But that was definitely a charge. My man PJ, 2 feet, clearly set, outside the restricted area, didn't move. But because of just how electric that play was, if you're the ref, you got to let it count. But yeah, that was definitely. But if you're PJ, first off, PJ, can we talk about this one play real quick? PJ, Cam is starting at half court with a full running start unabated to you. Do you really think taking a charge right there was going to work out? Like, seriously, that's what I was thinking to myself. I was like, that makes zero sense. Like, he's either going to jump completely over you, or even if he fouls you, right? He's still going to be going fast enough, jumping high enough that he's going to slam. It's going to look bad regardless.
Just a savvy veteran player.
Right. I'm just like, dude, even if they call it a charge, you're still getting yammed on it.
That's not worth it. That is not worth it.
That charge versus that poster, that image, no one's going to care about the context. They're just going to see my man Cam it looked like Jordan in Space Jam. Like, it was freaky, man. And I absolutely loved it. Shout out to Pittsburgh for that, man.
Yeah, as long as you see that highlight throughout social media in the upcoming years, 10 years down the road, I guess maybe people will bring it up in the comments like, oh man, it's a shame this didn't count. But once you see it, you're not going to care about that at all.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, so you got Bucks. I'm gonna.
No, I got.
You got Suns.
I'm
And you got Suns. For this
I'd like
game right
to see
here.
the Bucks win the series, though. I would like to see that.
I'm gonna go against my judgment, and I'm gonna go with the Bucks to win Game 4. I like Giannis to get another 40 piece.
Whoa, 3 in a row.
3 in a row.
Has anyone done that?
No, LeBron has done 2 in a row.
Did they say something about Jordan 4 40-point games?
Yeah, I'm trying to think because
I don't know if that was in the finals or if it was a playoff series.
The only thing with LeBron I'm thinking of in terms of finals was the Golden State year where he led every category. Remember, he led both teams in points, rebounds, steals, assists, and blocks. Yeah, was that 15? And
Dellavedova.
Yeah, because the last year though, when KD, the year when KD
he might have done it then too, because I think he dropped 50 in the first game.
Yeah, because it was that series as well where he led it all, but it was just like
that was a sweep.
Yeah,
too.
and KD still won it, but it was just like you could see where he's having to do everything. We were saying where this is why a guy like KD can flourish right here because defensively it was a little bit easier. He knows, okay, I can do this when I got this guy over here that's going to get buckets. That guy can get buckets as well.
Even though they lost that game 1 of that last series between Cleveland and Golden State.
J.R. Smith
I don't
game.
know what is that, 17 or 18? I don't know. Yeah, the J.R. Smith game. That may have been. I mean, that may have been LeBron's best game ever.
Dude,
actually.
It was insane.
At least top 3. Maybe you want to throw a win in there. Maybe the win against Boston or something like that.
I throw the Boston game in there. I also throw Game 7 Pacers. This was. Oh, was this sick? No, because he was still in Miami. This is back when they had like Danny Granger and all those guys. He had one of them games where it was like coming down like the Lance Stevenson blowing on him and stuff. Like, no homo, that sounds just so bad. Lord have mercy. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just thought about it. I don't want to say that no more. But that was that game. Yeah, that was crazy though, bro.
There's got to be 1 in 16 maybe you throw in there. Him and Kyrie both dropped 40. Mm-hmm. I forget if that was game 5 or 6 whenever they were coming back from down 3-1. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously got a lot of great ones, but that 50-point one he had in game 1, they needed that one because if they won it, who knows? Maybe it's a longer series. I don't know if they necessarily win, but maybe it's interesting. But I think the JR play just deflated everyone. Yeah, seriously.
The timeout,
because it was like disaster, they did everything they could to win that game, and you're just like, wow, it's not enough. This team's like so overpowering.